Hi, everyone. It's Ann Miller with Angelic Hands. I wanted to talk a little bit about my life, my experiences as a psychic and a medium. Um, I have the beautiful ability to connect with the afterlife. I also have the ability to connect with beings from other planets and with archangels, ascended masters, the highest beings of love and light, my spirit teachers and guides, your spirit teachers and guides. And I'm so very, very grateful and very humble to really work with my gifts, work with my abilities. I work with many clairs. I call them clairs. So I'm clairvoyant. So I receive messages psychically through vision. So I can see loved ones that have passed. I can see the angels. I can see beings from other planets. I also am clairaudient, so I hear messages that come through. I also have a clear sense of knowing, a clear sense of feelings. I get feelings. I also get messages through taste and through scent. So, depending on how the information is going to come through, I share that with the client that I'm work with, or share that with the loved one that I'm working with, and um, it's just very, very beautiful. I love seeing the archangels when they come through. I work a lot with Archangel Michael. Um, as a matter of fact, he is, so as I'm doing this live broadcast, he is actually, so he would be on my left, and he stands very tall, very powerful. I see him with the sword. It's just very big energy. And I also work with Archangel Gabrielle, and she helps me with communication. She helps me with my writing. She helps me whenever I need to prepare for a speech. Really helps with getting the words out. And so I work with different archangels. They serve different purposes, and they're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beings. I've had conversations with beings from other planets, and when this first started happening, it was different. And my first experience was back in, trying to remember if it was 2016 or 2017. I was in Sedona, Arizona, and I was approached by an Arcturian that came through. So I was kind of um, half awake, half not awake. So I was in that altered state of consciousness, but I knew that there was a being there, and I didn't feel threatened at all. The Arcturians, they're a very loving race, and at that time I wasn't quite ready for that interaction. So fast forward to last year and even into this year, I have really opened up more to having conversations with other beings, with other races. Know that they come through. I channel their messages. They share, information. They're here to help us, and they're here to, work with me. It's this beautiful partnership, and it's nothing to be afraid of. So I really wanted to share these experiences with you. And I've also had some really fun experiences personally. So last week I had some craniosacral therapy done, and that's where an occupational therapist or PT can work on the small bony structures of your head. My OT, she also does work that's on the inside of my mouth. So um, it's interesting because there's been a lot of things coming up for me in regards to tightness with the neck. and tightness with the spine. So really working to open that up and see how everything is connected. And so this isn't the first time that this particular actor that has passed has come through. He's come through before with beautiful messages, but I had a visit during that session, and I actually told my occupational therapy about this. It was a message from Patrick Swayze, and he was reminding me to continue to move my body. For me, my form of exercise, my medicine is dancing. I love to dance. He also reminded me of the importance to stretch after I do these workouts. So I do a lot of Latin Zumba, or I'll just do freestyle dance. I'll just turn the music on and I'll just start moving. So I was getting a reminder from him to take that extra couple of minutes and stretch after a workout. The first visit that I had from him was a while back, and this was something that I was always curious about. And I have learned that if we have a question, know that the answer may come through not always in the form that you believe it's going to come in, or from the person that you're going to believe in. And in this case, the answer actually came from Patrick Swayze. And I always wondered if I was a dancer in a previous lifetime. And he had told me, yes, you were a famous dancer. You were a very good dancer, very graceful dancer. Because I found that in this lifetime, I've had interest in many different forms of dance ever since I was a little girl. So trying ballet, trying jazz. In my 20-something-year-old years, I was doing many weeks of tap, and even did a couple dance recitals. And I found that during that time, I had like a bit of a deja vu moment where I felt like when I was in that dance studio and I was in that preparation area where I could see the lights, where you're putting on your makeup, you're getting your costume on before you go out on stage, I felt like I had been there before. I had that feeling of remembering part of who I was, who I am. It's all me. So it's just a beautiful state of remembering and having another soul share a message with me, just validating and confirming that yes, I was a dancer in previous lifetimes. And remember another time where I was, this is back in my corporate days, and I was picking up a load of clothes from the dry cleaners. And this woman looked at me and she said, you look so familiar. She asked me if I had ever attended ballet. And I was quite flattered by that, because this was back in my younger 20s. And I said, well, no, it's actually something that I tried as a little girl, but I found that at that time that wasn't quite where my heart was at. And but it was that interaction between another person. And I know that when we look into someone's eyes, we can see the window to a person's soul, and be able to remember. Your soul remembers another soul. So even though we may have a different physical body, a different look, maybe a man this time instead of a woman, or a woman instead of a man, doesn't matter. Being able to make that deep connection and to be able to look into someone's eyes, that's just absolutely so beautiful. So I just wanted to share a little bit about me, my gifts, my abilities, and I work very much from the heart space. And when I work with clients and I do psychic readings, when I do medium readings, I also work with angel oracle cards. Everything is from the heart. I start out each day with the intention of how may I be of service. I am that vehicle through which the information flows, and to be able to share loving and compassionate messages with anyone that's needing guidance, if someone's needing closure regarding a loved one that's passed, if someone is in need of life coaching. So part of the life coaching that I do, it's highly intuitive. So I incorporate my psychic abilities, my mediumship abilities, and many other abilities in a session. And I'm able to channel in that information for the client that I'm working with, to be able to share what their spirit teachers and guides are sharing with them, what they're encouraging them to do, to move forward on their journey with their gifts. And then I know for me, I'm very grateful to be able to work with my team that's with me 24/7 and ask them if I'm not sure what are my next steps, and being open to how the information, how the answer comes through. So whether it's someone here in the physical body, or if it's a loving soul that shares a message, it's just being open to how the information comes through. So if you'd like to learn more about me and my practice, all the services that I offer, feel free to check out my website, which is ReikiAngelicsHands.com. That's ReikiAngelicsHands.com. I would love to connect with you. If you look on my contact page, there's different ways to stay connected with me. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this with someone that you feel that might benefit from this message as well. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.